Ever watched someone in their 70s or 80s move with the ease of someone decades younger and thought, how do they do it? It's not magic, it's mastery. Mastery of the small, everyday habits that separate those who merely age from those who thrive. If you're 65 to 80 and can still do a few key things, science says you're not just aging well. You're on the path to 100. Let's talk about what those things are and why they matter more than you think. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about standing up from a chair, or walking briskly, or balancing on one foot? Here's the truth. These aren't just random tasks. They're your body's secret report card, grading everything from muscle strength to brain health. And if you're acing them, you're part of a rare group destined for exceptional longevity. Let's start with the first test, one you probably do every day without realizing its power. Meet Harold. At 75, he noticed standing up from his favorite chair wasn't as easy as it used to be. Just part of getting old, he thought. But here's what Harold didn't know. The ability to rise from a chair without pushing off with your hands is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. It's not about pride, it's about power. Power in your legs, core, and balance. Power that keeps you independent. Here's why it matters. Weak legs mean higher fall risk, and falls are the leading cause of injury for seniors. But strong quads and glutes? They're your body's natural insurance policy. If you're still popping up from your sofa like a spring, celebrate that. If not, don't panic. Harold started doing seated leg lifts and wall squats, just 5 minutes a day. Within weeks, he felt like he'd turned back the clock. Turns out my chair was my gym, he laughed. Now let's talk about something we all do but rarely think about. Walking. Not just shuffling to the mailbox, walking with purpose. If you can still stride briskly, climb a hill, or chase your grandkids without gasping for air, your body is sending you a standing ovation. Because brisk walking isn't just exercise. It's a full body health audit. Take Margaret. She used to stroll leisurely, but after her doctor mentioned that walking speed predicts lifespan, she started timing herself. Not to compete, just to stay honest. Now she walks like she's late for a coffee date with her best friend. And guess what? Her heart, lungs, and mood thank her daily. Studies show faster walkers live longer, and it's not just about fitness. It's about circulation, oxygen flow, and a heart that's still got rhythm. Here's your challenge. Next time you're out, pretend you're rushing to catch a sunrise. If you can keep that pace for 10 minutes without feeling winded, you're golden. If not, start small. Add 30 seconds of brisk walking to your daily routine. Your future self will high-five you for it. Now let's tackle the silent hero of longevity. Balance. If you can stand on one foot for 10 seconds while brushing your teeth, cooking, or waiting for the bus, you're doing more than avoiding spills. You're proving your brain, nerves, and muscles still chat like old friends. But if you're wobbling, it's a nudge to act, not a life sentence. Frank learned this after a close call on icy pavement. Instead of fearing falls, he turned his living room into a balance studio. He practices standing on one foot during commercials and does heel raises while waiting for the kettle to boil. I'm not just steadier, he says. I feel like I've got control back. And control? That's the foundation of independence. Here's the takeaway. Aging isn't a downgrade, it's an upgrade. But only if you invest in the right maintenance. These 3 signs, standing strong, walking briskly, balancing steady, aren't just checkboxes. They're your body's way of whispering, keep going. We've got this. And if you're ticking these off, you're not just aging, you're outpacing time. Ever dropped your keys and thought, is it worth the hassle to bend down? Here's the secret. That simple act isn't just about picking up keys. It's a litmus test for longevity. If you can still get down on the floor and back up without a struggle, you're part of an elite club. Let's talk about why this matters and how to stay in it. Meet Eleanor. At 77, she never thought twice about floor time until her granddaughter begged her to build a puzzle on the rug. I froze, she admitted. What if I couldn't get back up? But Eleanor didn't let fear win. She started practicing seated leg lifts and gentle yoga stretches. Within weeks, she wasn't just playing on the floor, she was teaching her granddaughter cartwheels. Turns out the floor isn't my enemy, she grinned. It's my playground. Here's why this skill is gold. Getting up from the floor isn't just about flexibility. It's a full-body symphony, core strength, coordination, and confidence. Studies show seniors who ace this test live longer, healthier lives. So next time you drop something, don't call for help. Celebrate the chance to prove your body still got fireworks. Now let's talk groceries. If you're still hauling bags without wincing, you're not just strong, you're safeguarding your independence. Meet George. He used to split his groceries into tiny trips, convinced he couldn't handle the weight. Then his doctor said 4 words: grip strength predicts longevity. George bought a stress ball, squeezed it during TV ads, carried lighter bags daily. Now, he's the guy offering to help others with their carts. Here's the trick. Functional strength isn't about bench pressing. It's about living, lifting grandkids, moving pots, opening jars. If your hands feel weak, start small. Fill a milk jug with water. Practice lifting it while you brew coffee. Your future self will toast you with a firm handshake. Next up, stairs. Not the enemy, but your longevity ally. Linda used to hunt for elevators like they were buried treasure. Then she read a study. Stair climbers outlive peers by years. So she started with 1 flight, then 2. Now, she races her dog to the top. Turns out stairs aren't a chore, she says. They're my fountain of youth. Here's the science. Stairs test your heart, lungs, and legs all at once. If you can climb a flight without stopping, your body's humming like a well-oiled engine. If not, start with curb steps. Pretend you're a kid playing The Floor is Lava. Small wins build big resilience. Now you might think, but what if I've already lost some strength? Here's the magic. Your body's a lifelong learner. Miss Eleanor, she relearned floor moves at 77. George, he rebuilt grip strength at 72. Linda, she conquered stairs at 79. It's never too late to start, but it's always too soon to stop. Coming up, we'll dive into the final secrets, how sharp minds and deep sleep turn 80 into the new 60. But until then, here's your homework. Drop something on purpose. Bend down like it's a victory lap. And remember, every time you rise, you're not just standing up, you're standing out. Ever been mid-conversation and forgotten a word, only to have someone finish your sentence? We've all been there. But here's the twist. If you're still recalling grandkids' birthdays, solving crosswords, or learning new tech without panic, you're not just sharp, you're scripting a 100-year life. Let's talk about your brain's secret superpower and the after-dark habit that seals the deal. Meet Paul. At 81, he tutors neighbors on smartphones and remembers every grandchild's favorite ice cream flavor. I'm no genius, he insists. I just never let my brain retire. Paul's secret? He treats his mind like a muscle, reading daily, debating friends, even memorizing grocery lists. Forgetfulness isn't aging, he says. It's boredom. Keep your brain curious and it'll keep you company for decades. Here's the science. A sharp memory isn't luck, it's a lifestyle. Seniors who stay mentally active have thicker brain regions tied to memory. So play Sudoku, learn guitar, argue about politics kindly. Every time you stretch your mind, you're adding chapters to your life story. Now let's talk about the unsung hero of longevity. Sleep. Not just any sleep, quality sleep. Clara used to survive on 5 hours, waking groggy and grumpy. Then her doctor said, poor sleep ages your brain 5 years overnight. Clara ditched late-night TV, embraced herbal tea, and now she wakes up feeling like she's charged by the moon. Deep sleep isn't a luxury, it's your body's nightly repair session. It scrubs toxins from your brain, mends muscles, and even balances mood hormones. If you're waking up refreshed, your cells are giving you a standing ovation. If not, start small. Swap screens for paperback books, keep your room cool, and remember, every good night's sleep is a down payment on a brighter tomorrow. Let's tie this all together. Aging brilliantly isn't about dodging wrinkles or chasing youth. It's about mastering 8 daily acts of defiance. Standing strong, walking boldly, balancing steady, rising resiliently, lifting confidently, climbing courageously, thinking sharply, and sleeping deeply. Nail these, and you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Harold's legs became his lifeline. Margaret's walks became her medicine. Frank's balance became his bedrock. Eleanor's floor moves became her freedom. George's grip became his glory. Linda's stares became her triumph. Paul's curiosity became his compass. Clara's sleep became her superpower. Your story? It's still being written, one defiant, joyful choice at a time. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 8 signs made you think, that's me? Share your wins in the comments. You might inspire someone to start today. And if this video gave you a boost, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Together, let's prove that the best years aren't behind us. They're within us. If this resonated with you, hit like and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss our next video. Until then, keep cherishing every moment.